Now this is the new breaking case of Stephen Tanabe, an ex-deputy arraigned. He's a former Contra Costa deputy sheriff, arrested. Bond was $260,000. Been arrested on a variety of charges. Some of the charges are stealing drugs, gun charges, obstruction of justice, false arrests, selling steroids. You know, just a variety of stuff that he's up to. Well, one of the things that he was doing was he was working with an investigator for women getting divorced, and they were setting them up for false DUI arrests. There were 5 of them, and the prosecutor said these men will, even though they were arrested, they will never face the charges because they found it's all bogus. The women having the investigators arrest their husbands on DUI charges helped them, of course, win their divorce case and custody and money while destroying the man. Because it's not just enough to win more than your fair share. You have to destroy the man too. You have to cripple him. You have to ruin his life. And so the investigator, this cop, which happens to be the 4th cop in this area to be tied to criminal activity of prostitution and stealing drugs and fun things to do for police. They've dropped 10 cases for the state drug agent. Let's see. He's pleaded not guilty to 25 counts of stealing and selling methamphetamines, marijuana, steroids, and prescription pills. This is crazy, but it's typical. Now, he's innocent until proven guilty. They have to prove this stuff. Now, if it was just a woman accusing him, then he would be guilty until proven innocent. But this is a completely different case. This is a case where law enforcement, and I'm hoping the judges, all stand up and do the right thing. And they prosecute this guy, and they slam him in prison and make him pay for what he's done. I mean, he's one of them, but those people need to be taken out of our system. So I'm hoping that this happens. And I'm hoping that it's not a light sentence. Now, I don't want to see him raped and killed in prison. No, I don't want that. Just hearing that it happens will be enough. His attorney, Michael Cardoza, said his client has worked with investigators and has taken responsibility for his actions. His attorney also says, but his life is already ruined. Well, he made his living off of ruining other people's lives, other men's lives, faking stuff, lives that were innocent. His life is ruined, but, well, he's still innocent too. I mean, sure, he hasn't done anything wrong. Yeah, right. He was willing and happy to destroy men's lives for a bribe. But now his attorney wants us to feel sorry that his life is destroyed? His life is ruined? Hey, I don't think so. Of course, he had other friends that were arrested too, and other friends that were connected to other cases. So I'm thinking, and I'm hoping, the prosecutors in this area are cleaning up their own home. Now that's good news, because we do need police, but we only need the good ones. My mother says it takes all kinds. And I said, no, it doesn't. We have all kinds, but we don't need all kinds. Now, the information I have so far does not link the investigator to the divorce attorneys. I'm curious to see if that's going to come out. And it also does not link, did the wives know? Did they agree to terms with the investigator to do this? I would love to see this case go farther, to be investigated deeper, and to see it stretch out. Now, if they didn't do it, then how much of the motivation would the investigators have to be creating these false accusations, false arrests, and some very serious stuff? They must have been paid extra for it. It was like an extra service, like going to a massage parlor and getting a massage. Well, the happy ending costs a little bit more. So I'd love to see this be investigated even deeper, to see if it stretches to the attorney, to see if it stretches to the wives, and if so, charges filed against them. If people aren't willing to pay for something, then someone else is not selling it. So let's follow this case. Let's see what happens. One of the other police that they were talking about, the other sheriff's deputy of the 4 officers, was connected to a prostitution ring. So these officers obviously know the weaknesses of women, are deeply connected to women, and know how to know what women want and give it to them. In one case that I talked about earlier in a previous video, where the man was falsely accused of stuff, what a surprise that all of a sudden her friends were meth cookers, dealers and users. And at the time I made the video, one of them was in prison near LA for 7 years. And a new boyfriend had shown up that happened to be a cop. Oh, he claimed they were just friends, but they weren't friends before. And he wasn't one of the investigating cops. She was using him too. Let's see what happens with this case. Stephen Tanabe, Alamo, California, former sheriff's deputy, arrested on a whole bunch of charges, a whole variety of things. Now, when the police break the laws, when the lawyers break the laws, when the judges break the laws, there is no law. We need those true law enforcement people to clean up their own house. No more of this protection of the boys in blue, because the boys in blue are destroying trust and respect for all of you. Clean it up. Let's see if he gets convicted, and let's see what his sentence would be. A sentence, if I were to commit these crimes, my sentence would be probably multiple life sentences. And of course, I would have to probably have a public defender. Somehow, he's got enough money. Why? Because some of the payroll for police officers in this area is astronomical. And the benefits, retirement plans, oh my God. I wish I'd have known. Well, Stephen Tanabe, 47 years old, Alamo, California, a divorcing woman's best friend. Call him if you need some help.